Well, hello everybody, and welcome to the latest OneShip webinar from BlueBridge One. My name's Neil Rose, and I'm a product consultant here at BlueBridge, and I work on our range of suite apps, of which OneShip is one of them. So what we're going to be doing today is I'll be showing you how OneShip works and how you can use it to connect your NetSuite account to your shipper systems, with a particular sort of focus on exporting and the issues around that. The session will last 30 minutes, and there'll be some time at the end for any questions. We'll try and answer any questions you have. So if you have a question, then if you please enter it by clicking the Q&A button, which is in the top left hand corner of your screen, and we'll answer those questions at the end. If I'm not able to answer them all in the time, then I'll follow up separately after the webinar. So just start off, for those of you who are not familiar with us here at BlueBridge One, just tell you a little bit about us as a company. So we're a long-established NetSuite partner in the EMEA region. Been going now for 19 years. We've worked with a wide range of customers over that time, and we have a number of NetSuite accreditation and awards, and we've actually been awarded the NetSuite Partner 5-star award for the last 7 consecutive years, and we're the only partner in the EMEA region to have achieved that. We're also part of the NetSuite Suite Cloud Developer Network, and we've developed OneShip sort of as part of that network, and OneShip also holds the Built for NetSuite accreditation, so that's issued to us by NetSuite, and we renew that twice a year for each new version of NetSuite. So just to start seeing now what OneShip can do for you, I've got here a scenario that may be familiar, where we've got on this screen an item fulfillment screen there on the left, and a shipper's screen, a shipper's portal, in this case DPD, there on the right, and without some kind of integration, in order to make a booking with the shipper, then you're going to have to either manually type in all this data here in this DPD portal, or copy and paste it out of NetSuite, say out of the fulfillment record or possibly the sales order record, in order to make that booking. And obviously, if it's an export shipment, there's a whole load of other data required in terms of things like item descriptions and commodity codes and countries of manufacture. So it can be a pretty laborious and time-consuming process. And so OneShip will essentially solve that problem for you. So OneShip will link your NetSuite account directly to your shipper's system to automate that sort of data entry and booking process. And it'll enable you, therefore, to print your shipping labels and also any forms that you might need, so things like delivery notes, just with the click of one button. As well as that, we save the tracking data from the shipper into NetSuite on the appropriate records, such as the item fulfillment record and the sales order record. It can also handle customs clearance. So again, for most of the shippers we work with, they support paperless trading or electronic trading. So you generally don't need to print any customs documentation, but we do actually provide an editable commercial invoice template that you can use if there is a need for you to do that. And so that comes with OneShip. We work with all the major UK and European carriers, and essentially by using OneShip and avoiding that need for double data entry, as well as saving time and money, we're also eliminating the risk of errors. So in terms of our customers, we've got a steadily growing customer base since OneShip was launched 5 years ago. We've now got over 100 user licenses out there with a wide range of businesses, both B2B and B2C, and OneShip's handling many thousands of shipments a day across our customer base, And in fact, some of our customers themselves are doing sort of 1,000+ shipments a day quite regularly. So it's a very stable system. We've got some customer case studies that we'd welcome to share with you. The 4 of them are listed there. Those are OneShip customers. So if you're interested in seeing those and finding out how other businesses are using OneShip, then please drop a question, drop a note in the Q&A panel, and we'll arrange to send those over to you so you can view those. So just to look at the shippers that we integrate with, and we have 2 types of integration. The first is what we call direct integrations, which are the list you can see there. And we connect directly to all of those shippers' systems to make bookings. This one here, they used to be called Hermes. That's actually coming out in our next release of OneShip, which is like to be in the next month or so. So those are our direct connections. And we also have another type of integration with 2 other services, which are Ship Theory and GFS. And GFS stands for Global Freight Solutions, and they are shipping aggregation services, and they provide access to a range of shippers who we've listed there, which obviously there are some niche carriers there, but also some familiar names such as Royal Mail and Yodel. But so once you've installed OneShip, it works exactly the same way as it does for our direct integrations. Just briefly, just to summarize the benefits really of OneShip. As I said earlier, we can reduce that time taken to manually, if you're manually entering data in a shipper's system at the moment, we think on average that's going to take about 3 minutes per shipment, and OneShip will get that down to around 4 seconds. So clearly some very significant time savings to be had. And so just an example there, if you're doing 40 packages a day, that comes to about 68 days of saved time per year. And obviously we're eliminating that risk of errors through double data entry. There's the other features such as the ability to print other documents like packing slips or export documents if you have to do that. Although, as I say, we do support paperless exporting with most of our carriers. OneShip also has some advanced rules that you can set up to automate the selection of carriers and services. So if you're using multiple carriers and services, then OneShip can be configured to select those for you based on your rules, to avoid the need to manually select that on each fulfillment. So further driving efficiency. And as I mentioned before, it captures tracking data in the appropriate records in NetSuite. And there's also 2 ways you can use OneShip, and I'll show you both of these in a moment. One is if you're processing transactions one at a time in your dispatch area, but it can also work in a mode where you process a batch of transactions in one go. So particularly useful if you're doing large quantities of shipments a day. And I'll demonstrate that for you in a moment. So I'll just jump out of this presentation and I'll go to a NetSuite account. So this is a test account that NetSuite have given us. The response times in the accounts can be a little bit slow, so please bear with me if it's a bit sluggish. And I say it wouldn't be, if it is, it isn't representative of what you'd expect to see in a production account. So I've got a pretty basic sales order here, which is now ready to fulfill. So there's just 4 items on it, and it's being shipped to an address in Italy. So this is an export shipment, and so I'll just click fulfill now to pull up the fulfillment screen. So here we have again a pretty standard NetSuite fulfillment screen, really, other than this button, and that's been added in by OneShip once it's installed, but the rest are pretty standard fields. So I'll just now go to the shipping tab. We can see the address there in Italy, and we can see that that OneShip has selected DPD as the carrier for this this particular fulfillment, and that's based on the rules I've set up. So I've set it up that if the shipment's going to Italy, it will be with this DPD road service in Europe. But again, that can be edited at this stage. So I've got another option here for an air service, but I don't want to use that in this case. I've now got the consignment weight and the package count, and again they are also editable here on the fulfillment screen if necessary. You ordinarily shouldn't need to do that. The weight there has been calculated from the weights held on the item records in NetSuite. So I'm happy with that. So I'm now just going to click the Save and OneShip button. And this is now going to book this shipment on with DPD and print the shipping label. And the label actually, I've set it up so it will appear on the screen. And there it is. Obviously, in a normal operation, that label would just come out on your label printer, and actually that would print out automatically. So there's no manual intervention required to make that happen. It's an automatic process. So you just tear that off and stick it on the box. If I now just go back to the fulfillment, go back to the shipping tab, we can see that the tracking link has now been saved as well. So that's a direct link, a clickable link to DPD's tracking site. And again, the same would apply for obviously for our other shippers. So that's also saved on the sales order record. So it's very easy to get to that information if you're getting inquiries from your customers, and I know some of our customers actually use this data in email templates that they send to their customers when items are dispatched, so it's a very useful feature. I've just jumped back to the shipping label. So obviously we've got a shipping label here for this shipment to Italy, and that's all that's been produced for this shipment, and it's because this DPD account has been set up to support paperless trading or electronic trade. And so there's no need to print off any customs documents because that's all taken care of when the booking is made. And OneShip sends all that data to, in this case, to DPD to enable customs clearance. And I'll just show you a little bit of where that data is sourced from. And it's sourced from sort of different places within NetSuite. And firstly, we've got the inventory item. So I've got the inventory item record here for one of those items on that shipment. And we've got on the purchasing inventory tab, and again this layouts may well be different in your account. Here we've got the manufacturer country for this item. So again that data is pulled in. If I go to the sales and pricing tab, I can see the weight, the item weight. So again that's another piece of mandatory data needed for an export. And finally on this record, if I go to the tax reporting tab over here, I've got the commodity code, or sometimes known as HS code. Again, another piece of data needed for export clearance. So that's all been pulled together. Now, as well as that, OneShip has also pulled in information from the company information in the account. So this account's actually a OneWorld account. So it's actually in the subsidiary. And I've got these fields here again, which are added in by the OneShip bundles. So I've got an EU EORI number, again, because this was a shipment to the EU. So again, that number there has been sent to DPD, and also an IOSS, or import one-stop shop number. So again, if you're registered for IOSS, again, OneShip can handle that and send that information to the carrier. And then lastly, some customers will have their own EORI numbers, and again this was the customer record I used for that shipment, and again on the customer record I'm holding their EU EORI number there. So again that's also provided as part of that electronic or paperless trading process. So, but there is also another way to handle that in OneShip, and I'll just show you another transaction. And this one actually I've set up to ship with DHL, and again essentially it's the same sales order, it's a different customer, and it's going this time to an address in France. So I'll just fulfill this one. Again, this is really the identical process that we've just seen, and we look at the shipping tab. We've got a DHL service there to that address in France. And I'll click Save in OneShip. So again, exactly the same process we just saw. It's booking this on with DHL. but as well as the label, we're now also going to get a commercial invoice to print out. So and again, this commercial invoice will be will automatically print, and there it is. So there's the commercial invoice. Again, that would just have come out on your form printer. I'll just make that bigger. And again, this is a template. This is based on a PDF template that we provide with the OneShip bundle. So this is editable. So if you do need to print a commercial invoice form out, you can use this template, and obviously you can customize this for your own particular needs. So you can see we've got all the hopefully you can all see that's big enough for you all to see clearly. So we've got the description, HS code, countries of manufacture, etc. And here we've got the EORI numbers, tax numbers, and also here the Incoterms, the terms of trade. So it's all taken care of there. So again, if you do have that need to print physical documents, that's also possible. So I'll just now show you the other way of using OneShip. So that's I've just shown you two examples there of processing transactions one at a time, but there's also a way to do them in bulk. So I've got a menu here called Process OneShip Shipments, and this is really got the same layout as the native NetSuite fulfillment screen to fulfill sales orders. So if you do that, this will be probably a very familiar screen. And we've got two parts here. We've got a set of filters, excuse me, a set of filters that we set here at the top of the page. And really that, however you set those filters, will expand or contract the list of transactions that we have in the other part of the page. And these are the transactions that are essentially available now to ship. This view here, these columns, this is an editable view, so you can reorder these columns, you can remove columns, add columns in, and we can see on this top one it's going with TNT. Again, we've got the package count and the weight, so again that's editable again on that line. And what you do, you get your list, you click mark all, and then you click process, and that will then process the whole page, all the transactions one after the other. So you can do very large numbers in one go here. Well, I won't do them all because that would take quite a while. I've just got a couple at the bottom. I'll just do these two, and these are actually identical transactions to the first one I did for that shipment to Italy with DPD. So they're duplicates essentially. So I'll just click process, and that will now book both of these shipments on with DPD. And again, exactly the same way as if we'd done it directly from the item fulfillment record. And we'll get the labels, the two label images, and there's the first one and there's the second one. So again, but typically you'd be doing the significant numbers, 50 plus probably in one go, potentially there, using that process. So that's really what OneShip does. I'll just now go back to the slides just to finish off. So in terms of costs, the annual charge is the license is £959 per shipper. It's a slightly different charging structure we have with GFS and Ship Theory, and typically our customers who use GFS or Ship Theory have multiple carriers through that, and the arrangement there is that the first license for the first carrier is £959 and subsequent carriers are £749. So if we were using GFS for Royal Mail, Yodel and UPS, there'll be one lot of £959 and two lots of £749. We offer an optional managed setup service of a one-off cost of £650 per shipper, where we would manage the setup, installation and testing process for you. Typically, if you use that service, it takes roughly about 2 weeks to go from start to go live, so that is optional, and you can actually set OneShip up yourself if you choose to, and we have sort of documentation which explains all of the steps required to do that. But we find actually most of our customers prefer the managed setup process. And then just to look at the return on that investment, there's a spreadsheet we have here that we'd again be very happy to share with you. So if you'd like a copy of this spreadsheet, please drop a note in the Q&A panel. So I've got a scenario here with a customer with 2 carriers, DPD and DHL, and they're doing roughly 50 shipments a day with DPD and 20 with DHL. The labour cost of the people having to do that manual data entry into the portal is £11 an hour, and that works out as a saving, an annual saving there of £7,869. So say if you'd like to, sort of work out your own numbers, then please let us know, and we're very happy to share that spreadsheet with you. So just to sum up, so we had a look at OneShip and how it connects your NetSuite account to your shipping carrier system. I've shown you the label printing and form printing processes, albeit with the images appearing on the screen rather than actually coming out on a printer, but and that's all done just with the click of a button. We saw the tracking data that's saved in NetSuite, so both on the sales order and item fulfillment records. And we've also looked at the customs clearance and paperless trading processes that OneShip supports. So if you want to find out some more about that and what OneShip can do for your business, and if you'd like sort of a demonstration of it, then please contact us either by visiting our website or by emailing us at oneship@bluebridgeone.com. So we'll just now go to the questions. So I've got a couple of questions that have come through. If you just give me a moment. So there's a question about the data used for exporting and that this person's holding the data in different fields, so not all of the same fields I showed you. For example, the item record, they've got their own custom fields, and so the question is, can OneShip handle that? So yes, it can. Yes, so it's quite customizable actually, OneShip, to meet your specific needs. So again, that's something that when we work with you on the setup and installation, we'd work through details like that. But yes, it can certainly handle some of those local customizations if you hold some of that key data in different places in your account. Okay, the second question is about proof of deliveries, and does OneShip store proofs of deliveries? Not at the moment, it doesn't. No. So at the moment, the excuse me, the communication we have with the shipper. So those 2 examples I showed you, DHL and DP. That's the one time where that communication happens, when the booking's made. So we pull the tracking link in, and that's the one time at the moment in the process that that happens. We've actually had a couple of our customers have actually asked us about this, so it is something which we're looking at in our long-term plan to see if we can include that in a future release of OneShip. So it'd bring in, say, a proof of delivery. So you'd see that on the record in NetSuite. So not available right now. So I've just got another question. So there's a question about do the rules in OneShip integrate with websites? So we want the rule to force people who order long items to only have FedEx available as a shipping option. Right. Okay. Yeah. So this is about item type. So at the moment, so this is about the length of items being ordered. So it's a good question. At the moment, I don't think the rules will quite handle that. The rules we have in OneShip will cover things like the destination of a shipment, so the country, the county or state, or even down to a postcode level. They'll also cover weight and package count of a shipment, but not down yet to things like item dimensions. But it's something that we could certainly look at as part of our development enhancement strategy. So I think the answer to the question is not right now, but it's something we could certainly investigate, see if there's a way to do that. So we have a lot of items. I'll read the question out. We have a lot of items where on export we are charged the higher of physical or volumetric weight. Can OneShip deal with that? Potentially, yes. It would depend on which shipper you're using, and how your data's held to establish that the volumetric weight. But I know that's certainly possible with some of our shippers. So we'd need to look at the detail of that and check with the shippers you'll be using that that's actually supported. But so potentially that can be done. So thanks very much for attending the webinar today, and so we'll be in touch soon with the next one. There'll be another one probably in May. So keep an eye open for that, and I hope to see you on that one. So again, thanks very much, and speak to you all soon. Thanks.